My name's Abigail Rieley, and I'm here to show you around Findmypast's new and improved crime records. We now have 1.9 million records covering over 150 years, which can give you a fascinating insight into your ancestors' criminal past. Finding an ancestor who's a bit of a black sheep is really one of the best things you can discover when you're making your family tree. Not only does it give you a great story to tell at family gatherings, but the records you can find in our Crime, Prisons and Punishment collection will give you so much detail that you simply can't find anywhere else. Crime records can tell you so much more than your ancestor's name and address. You can find out what they looked like. Physical descriptions even go so far as listing distinguishing marks, so if your ancestor had that tattoo that said, "I love you, Mum," this is the place to find them. Best of all, you can actually find their photograph. Like this one, Kate Kelly, who's found in the Metropolitan Police's list of habitual drunkards. Or these rather forbidding-looking gentlemen from the prisoner's photograph book in Pentonville Prison. You can find all sorts of detail in crime records. Here are some of those distinguishing marks I was talking about. In this case, we've got scars and amputated fingers for this man, released on licence from prison in 1876. In this webinar, I'll go through the basics about what you might discover in Findmypast's crime records, but first, we need to find the records. From the home screen, click on the search menu to bring up the drop-down menu. Then select A to Z of records and click. Then all you need to do is type in the name of the record set you're looking for. We've crime records from across the former British Empire, including exciting convict records from Australia and millions of petty sessions and prison registers from Ireland. But for the purposes of this webinar, I'm going to show you how to get the most out of our England and Wales crime, prisons and punishment records. So once you get to the search screen, you can search by name, year and location, but I'd particularly like to draw your attention to the series filter shown by the arrow. The Crime, Prisons and Punishment collection is made up of a lot of different record sets from the UK National Archives. The series number is your way of filtering through these different kinds of records. There are all sorts of records here, from simple prison registers and trial calendars, which still give you a fair amount of detail, to the more complex records like medical reports and prisoner petitions. I've used the example of Thomas Griffith Wainwright. He was a fraudster and probably also a murderer who was notorious in the early 19th century in England. As you can see from the search results, Wainwright is in 7 records. Given the range of records in this collection, though, it's always wise to check the name variants box for both the first name and the last name, so that you can catch every spelling that might be used. So Thomas is coming up across a number of different series, and I've got a couple of examples of what you can expect. This one is a prison register from the HCOM 2 series. You can see that series number at the end of the result listed in your search results. This is another record, this time from the Newgate prison calendar, that's series HO77. As you can see, it has a lot of the same kind of information as the first record, but this is presented as a printed version. Finally, we have some of the Home Office correspondence that you can find in series HO13. These are copies of letters sent out from the department. This one is concerning a claim on Wainwright's estate. You'll see on each of the images that I've shown you that there are white arrows to the left and right of the image. These allow you to navigate through all the connected documents. With these crime records, it's important not to stay on the first page. The photograph I showed you earlier of the male licence is on the final page of that licence. You'll only find it by clicking the right arrow a few times. If you want more information about what's in the various series, you can find it below the search screen. There's also further information underneath the transcript of each result. There's a lot of variety in the records we have on Findmypast, as you can see. The prison records include prisons from Gibraltar, the Channel Islands and the Isle of Man, and we've got records from Admiralty courts, prison hulks, also prisoner petitions, which are basically appeals. I hope you'll find this a useful whistle-stop tour around our crime records. Take your time and get acquainted. You really never know what you'll find.